Most Ford owners never get past the obvious stuff. They drive the vehicle, use 2 or 3 basic features, and ignore the ones that would actually make ownership easier, smarter, and a lot more practical. So in this video, I'm going to show you the hidden Ford features most owners wish they had known sooner. Let's begin. Number 8. Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. You can tell in about 30 seconds who actually hooks trailers up often and who only does it a few times a year and suffers through it every single time. The second group is the one that keeps jumping in and out of the truck, eyeballing the ball, missing by an inch, correcting too much, then tapping the coupler or wasting 10 minutes doing something that should have taken 2. That is exactly why Pro Trailer Hitch Assist is such a useful Ford feature when you actually learn it. On supported F-150S, F-150 Lightnings, and newer Super Duty trucks, Ford's system uses the rear camera and corner radars to line the hitch ball up with the trailer coupler, while the truck handles steering, braking, and speed control to stop in the right place. That matters because hitching mistakes are not just annoying. They bend trailer jacks, crack plastic trim, chip bumpers, and waste time every single weekend for owners who tow boats, utility trailers, or small campers. What I like about it is that it solves a very normal owner problem, not some fantasy truck problem. Most people are not hooking up a trailer every day, so they never get truly smooth at it. They stay average forever. This feature closes that gap. Ford also separates it from the simpler Dynamic Hitch Assist visual guide because Pro Trailer Hitch Assist is the one that actually takes over the maneuver instead of just giving you a line on the screen. That is a big difference in real use. The money side is obvious too. One dumb hitching mistake can cost more than most owners expect once paint, trim, or trailer hardware gets involved. I have seen people spend a few $100s fixing the kind of parking lot damage that came from rushing a 2-minute hookup. If the truck already has a system that can help you avoid that, there's no prize for doing it the hard way. On a modern Ford truck, this is one of those features that turns ownership into less of a chore the moment you stop ignoring it. Number 7. Flex Bed on Maverick. The reason so many people underestimate the Maverick is because they look at the size of the bed and stop thinking right there. That is lazy. The smart part of the truck is not just the bed itself, it is the way Ford designed it to be used. FlexBed is one of the few factory systems that actually rewards an owner for being practical. Ford built the Maverick bed with vertical and horizontal slots for 2x4 and 2x6 boards, so you can create dividers, raised platforms, bike racks, segmented storage, or simple supports without buying a pile of overpriced accessories. The tailgate also has a mid-position setting, and Ford says that setup helps carry longer items. In Maverick material, Ford has also highlighted the bed's tie-downs and DIY-friendly layout as part of the whole point of the truck. That matters because Maverick owners usually use the truck for mixed life, not one fixed purpose. One week it is tool bags, cleaning supplies, and house project junk. The next week it is bikes, camping gear, storage bins, or random furniture runs. Without some kind of organization, all of that just smashes into itself. FlexBed gives you a cheap way to stop that. A couple of boards from a hardware store cost next to nothing compared with rebuying broken gear, cleaning up leaks, or living with a truck bed that is basically one open box of chaos. And this is where the feature becomes a real goldmine for the average owner. It is useful without being expensive. You do not need to spend $700 on bed gadgets to make the truck work better. You just need to understand what the bed already lets you do. Ford's own Maverick material even notes the mid-position tailgate can support sheet goods in a smarter way, and outside Maverick coverage regularly points to the bed as one of the truck's most practical ideas because it lets owners build around real tasks instead of pretending every pickup needs to be a full-size work rig. That is why I rate this feature so highly. It is not there to impress anybody. It is there to make a small truck work a lot harder for normal people. Number 6. The 400-watt outlet. One of the easiest ways to tell who actually uses their truck well is how fast they stop treating power in the bed like a gimmick. On the Maverick, that available 400-watt, 110-volt outlet is one of those features people get excited about at the dealer, forget about for 6 months, and then suddenly realize it would have saved them money, time, and a lot of stupid improvising. Ford lists it as an available setup with one outlet in the rear console and one in the bed, and Maverick coverage keeps pointing out the same real uses: charging gear, running a drill, powering an air pump, lights, and small equipment without dragging out some cheap extension cord mess. That matters more than people think because most truck owners do not need huge generator power. They need small, useful power at the exact moment they do not have it. Tire a little low and the air pump is in the garage. Need to charge battery tools at a job site? Now you are hunting for a wall socket. Need light while loading up after dark? Same story. I have seen people spend $100 to $200 on random portable power junk just to solve problems their truck was already set up to solve. With the Maverick, this is one of those features that starts paying you back the moment you actually build it into your routine. The other reason I rate it so highly is because it fits the kind of owner who bought a Maverick in the first place. This is not a truck people buy just to stare at in a driveway. They buy it for house runs, weekend work, camping, basic hauling, bikes, project supplies, and daily use. That is exactly the kind of life where a built-in outlet becomes useful all the time without feeling dramatic. A lot of features sound good on paper. This one becomes valuable the second you stop thinking of it as extra and start treating it like part of the truck. Number 5. The 360 camera people waste. A lot of owners pay for a 360-degree camera and then use about 20% of what it actually does. They throw it in reverse, glance at the screen, and that is the end of the relationship. That is a waste. Ford's own support material makes it clear that the system is supposed to do a lot more than that. On vehicles with the feature, you are getting multiple views, including split view and top-down style views, specifically to show what is in front of, behind, and around the vehicle in a way you cannot judge properly from the driver's seat. Ford even highlights off-road views on vehicles like the Bronco. This is exactly the sort of feature owners do not appreciate until they have already paid for something stupid. One wheel rash job, one bumper scrape, one trailer coupler lined up badly, one parking garage post you did not see, and suddenly the camera package starts looking cheap. On bigger Fords especially, that matters. An F-150, Explorer, Bronco, or anything with bulk around the corners can make a normal backup camera feel very limited once you are squeezing into tight spaces or trying to see what the hood and front corners are hiding from you. That is why newer Maverick coverage also points to the available 360-degree camera as a real help in tight spaces and even when hitching up. The owners who get the most value out of this feature are the ones who stop treating it like a parking toy and start using it like extra visibility they would otherwise be paying for later. Parking lots, trailer hookups, narrow access roads, curbs, low obstacles, campsite setups, all of that gets easier the moment you learn the views properly. I would rather see someone spend 10 minutes learning how to cycle those views than spend $400 fixing one dumb scrape that never had to happen in the first place. That is the whole point of a hidden feature worth knowing early. It saves money before the mistake happens. Number 4. Underseat storage. Most owners waste. A lot of owners buy a truck, throw everything either in the bed or on the back seat, and then act like the truck just does not have enough storage. Most of the time, that is not the problem. The problem is they never learn the space the truck already gives them. On the Maverick, Ford has been calling out rear underseat storage bins and even an available in-vehicle safe under the rear seat, which tells you right away this is not some random hidden cubby nobody uses. Ford knows it is useful because owners constantly need a place for tools, straps, jumper cables, gloves, tow gear, ratchets, laptops, and the kind of stuff you do not want rolling around the cabin or sitting exposed in the bed. That matters because a truck gets messy fast when there is no system. I have seen people spend money on dumb little organizers and still keep the actual useful stuff loose in the back seat. Then they slam on the brakes, everything ends up on the floor, or they leave expensive gear in the bed because it was just for a minute. That is how things get stolen, broken, or forgotten. Underseat storage fixes that with zero drama. Lift the seat, drop the gear in, close it. Done. Ford's own support pages even describe partitioned, lockable, fold-flat storage under the rear seat on supported vehicles. This is one of those features that starts saving you money without looking impressive. A decent recovery strap, battery jump pack, basic tool roll, and work gloves can easily add up to a few $100s. Leave that in an open bed often enough and you are just asking to replace it. Keep it under the seat and suddenly the truck works the way it should have from day one. On Maverick especially, where people use it as a do-everything truck, that hidden storage makes the whole vehicle feel more sorted and much less chaotic. It is not glamorous, but neither is rebuying the same gear twice because you never gave it a proper place. Number 3. The Securicode trick. Most owners never learn properly. Some Ford owners stare at that keypad on the door for years and still only understand about half of what it can do. They think it is just there for unlocking the truck when they forget the key, which already makes it useful. But the smarter move is learning the little trick most people never bother with. On supported Ford models, with the driver's door closed, Pressing 7, 8, and 9 0 at the same time will lock the vehicle without entering the code first. That is one of those things that sounds small until you actually use a truck or SUV in real life. That matters at the gym, on a run, on a job site, at the beach, at a boat ramp, while hooking up a trailer, or any other time you do not want the key in your pocket and you do not want to play stupid games hiding it somewhere around the truck. Most owners make this harder than it needs to be. They lock with the fob, unlock with the fob, carry the key everywhere, and never realize the keypad can remove half the hassle from those situations. If the truck has the factory setup, use it. If it does not, Ford also sells wireless keypad accessories that are programmable, backlit, and require no wiring, with official Ford accessory pricing generally falling in the $101 to $200 range depending on application. The reason I rate this feature so highly is because it solves expensive stupidity. A lockout call, a lost key situation, or even just one avoidable "where did I leave the fob" headache is usually enough to make people wish they had learned it sooner. And unlike a lot of modern features, this one does not ask you to trust an app, pay a subscription, or learn some overcomplicated menu. It is simple, fast, and there every day on the door. That is why owners miss it. The best Ford features are often the ones hiding in plain sight. Number 2. Phone as a key. A lot of owners still treat their Ford like it's 2012. One physical key, one spare somewhere in the house, and if either one goes missing, the whole day turns stupid. That is exactly why Phone as a Key is such a useful feature on supported Fords. Instead of depending on the fob every time, the phone becomes the key itself, which means you can unlock, lock, and start the vehicle without digging around in your pockets or realizing too late the key is sitting on the kitchen counter. Ford support pages describe it exactly that way on supported vehicles, and they also note you can set up multiple phone keys depending on the model. Where this starts saving people money is in the kind of situations that happen all the time. Someone shares the car with a partner, hands the vehicle off to a family member, forgets the fob inside a gym bag, or leaves the house assuming the key is already in their pocket. On a supported F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, or other compatible Ford, that kind of mistake stops being such a production because the phone covers you. And if you have ever priced a new smart key and programming, you already know why that matters. It is not hard to spend $250 to $500 replacing and programming a modern fob once you add labor and dealer pricing. The other reason I rate this feature highly is that it removes one of the laziest bad habits owners develop, carrying one expensive key everywhere and hoping they never misplace it. If the vehicle supports Phone as a Key and you never set it up, you are skipping one of the few modern features that genuinely makes ownership cleaner. Not flashier, cleaner. Less dead time, fewer lockout moments, less messing around with spare keys, and much less chance of being that guy standing outside his own truck swearing because the only key is in the wrong jacket. That is real value from a feature most owners never bother learning properly. Number 1. Pro Trailer Backup Assist. A lot of truck owners love talking about towing and then turn into complete chaos the second the trailer has to go backwards. That is where this feature earns its place. Pro Trailer Backup Assist is not just a fancy parking gimmick. It is Ford's way of helping owners back up a trailer with a lot less mess, a lot less guesswork, and a lot fewer stupid corrections. The important part, and the part most owners get wrong, is that the system only works well when the trailer is measured and saved properly. That is the whole reason some people think it is overrated. They rush the setup, half-enter the trailer dimensions, or never save the profile correctly, and then blame the truck when the assist does not behave the way they expected. That is not the feature failing. That is the owner being lazy. Once it is set up properly, this thing can save a huge amount of hassle on F-150s and other supported Ford trucks. Backing a trailer into a tight driveway, storage space, campsite, or side yard is exactly the kind of job that goes wrong fast when the driver only tows a few times a month. They oversteer, lose the angle, jackknife it, straighten up, try again, and waste 10 minutes doing something the truck could have helped with if they had taken 5 minutes to learn it properly. And there is real money tied to that. Trailer backing mistakes are not cheap. A cracked taillight, a bent jack, a scraped bumper corner, a dented gate post, a rubbed trailer fender, these are all the kind of low-speed mistakes that feel stupid precisely because they were avoidable. One little backing incident can cost a few $100s without even being a serious accident. That is why I rate this feature highly. Not because it does the work for you, but because it helps average owners stop making average towing mistakes. Learn the trailer setup once, store it properly, And suddenly the feature starts looking a lot less like a gimmick and a lot more like something you wish you had learned much sooner.